What's up, Dragon Brew? Today we're trying out, well, rats. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. This is going to be a crazy experiment. There are enough rats and we got a new rat king, so let's see what happens. So starting at the top, we are going to play with the card I'm not a big fan of, but hey, we needed some one-drop rats and we got Engine Rat. I will say, though, this card does have Death Touch, and I guess if the game goes really long, you could drain your opponent for 2 life, which is something. We have some Requiting Hex for some removal. Burglar Rats, which makes your opponent discard, which is okay. It's not great. It's a 1/1, but it does a job. We do have Nowhere to Run. Persistent Marsh Stalker. Now, this is a card that people forget about, but it does get +1/+0 for each other rat we control. And we can also return it from the graveyard, which is kind of nice. Rat King, Verminister. I think I said it right the first time. Either way, this is actually pretty cool because we have something die at the end of the turn, we get to make a rat token, and this card gets bigger. And then we can also sacrifice rats to return stuff from our graveyard. So hopefully we get to see this card do a little bit because there are a fair amount of creatures in here. We are playing with some Strategic Betrayal as a way to get rid of graveyards. Some Valley Rotcaller because we can drain our opponent's life total if we just have other rats. Of course, we have Lord Skitter as another way to deal with graveyard stuff, so we like that. And Alesha, who laughs at fate, so we could possibly get to reuse some of these creatures, which would be awesome, especially if it's like getting back Engine Rat multiple times, your opponent can't tack through easy with the Death Touch or, stuff like that. We have a few one-ofs with Adaptive Automaton, because we can just call Rat and pump up our creatures. Also, Lifecrafter Engine. I wanted to play more Lifecraft Engine, but so many of the rats are only 1 power, and I don't know how often we turn this on. If we're able to turn this into a creature reliably, then I'll probably replace the Automaton at the end of the video. We are playing some Patchwork Banner because we can just choose Rat, and all of our rats can be bigger, and it makes mana. We are playing 1 copy of Banner of Kinship, because if we have even like 3 or 4 rats and we play this, everybody getting +3/+3 is actually pretty cool. And then we have Liliana Dreadhorde General, because if our rats die and we get bonus cards, that's good for us. And of course, Song of Totentans, because it makes rats with haste, which is actually pretty cool. So yeah, before we get into all this, I gotta remind you, if you're gonna be buying some Magic cards, do it over at Tales of Adventure. It's TOAMagic.com. If you use my code DRAGON, which is DRAGN, that'll save you 5% on whatever you buy on the website. So you can check out a new website, save a little money, and support the channel. But that being said, let's go hop into some games here and see if these rats can run their way through. I don't know what are rats who eat their way through the competition? I don't know. That's gruesome. Anyway, let's go play some games with these rats. I mean, we shouldn't keep this, but I'm going to. But if we just don't run into a creature deck, this is going to be abysmal. My opponent mulliganed once. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, playing a Steam Vent, sure. I think I'm just going to pass. While there's a real possibility that it's only Spell Snare that can stop our Valley Rotcaller, any of the burn spells wouldn't do anything, but I think I'm just going to roll with maybe trying to remove something they play here. It's also possible they're playing some spell-based deck and they just opt or something of that nature. Never mind, let's just do it. If they have the counter, they have a counter. Okay, they didn't. So it's probably some burn spell that only dealt 2. Alright, so it is a spell-based deck. So I'm venturing to guess that they had a 2 damage instant. Okay, well, this doesn't really change anything. So attacking we will go. I guess they could always bounce this. That'll be fine. Yeah, if they bounce a Rock Collar, we wouldn't be too upset. In the turn. Now, this is where we see the Monument. And that would make sense. Oh, a stock up. Even worse for us, I'd imagine. This is why you don't keep these types of hands. We definitely should have mulliganed, because this hand does a lot of nothing right now. Yeah, this hand still... I guess technically this does something. Discarding... I guess at this stage, Requiting Hex doesn't really matter as much, huh? Alright, it's a 5th, or I guess a 6th land, so if we draw Liliana, but there's only one of those even in the deck. Alright, there's an Otter. Now I want that Requiting Hex back. We could have done a thing. Okay, Burglar Rat, you're trying to do something productive. I can appreciate that. Yeah, the fact that we're playing our second creature on turn 5 is really bad. And it's not even a good creature. It's Burglar Rat when your opponent has a full grip. So obviously not the play we're looking for. Really, I should have just... Knowing the type of deck they're playing, I should have just discarded the Banner of Kinship. But maybe we'll get lucky and it'll matter. I don't know that it will. We're just kind of hoping it will. I mean, sooner or later, you're going to get rid of our Rot Collar, right? Good news is they're probably going to sell out on this turn to try to take advantage of the Slick Shot. And then if so, we can then get rid of Slick Shot next turn. Yeah, that's fine. We could live with that. So here we lead with the Rot Collar. And that was mostly a Spell Snare check. Just to make sure this got to resolve. Because if they had Spell Snare, that obviously is bad. Because that's their only way to get rid of the Slick Shot. Okay, what else you holding on to, opponent? Yeah, I mean, I guess so. You didn't have a counter last time. I'm assuming there's no instance, so let's go. I will decline, because we can use this just to pump up Rot Collars. I mean, we can call Squirrels. Not often we get to try to beat our opponents with Squirrels in Standard, but this could be one of those times, if we're lucky. Alright, yeah, Boomerang Basics, sure. Gonna bounce our other one also? Sure. And then some other pump spell? Nope, we just go to 12. That is a live card in their hand. Not sure what it is. But we will do a instant check. Alright, didn't have it. Alright, back to lethal. And we've already seen 3 of their Boomerang Basics, I believe. I guess I could be the 4th one. Yep, exactly. I was like, why wouldn't it be, right? Sure, we go to 9. We will play Rot Collar. If I Rot Collar's 2, 3, 4, drain, go to 10. Nah, we're going to do this. And we'll just call Squirrel, I guess. We're going to win a game with a... Potentially win a game. It's not over yet. With a rat deck because we attacked with squirrels. And not because of our actual rat. We drew 1 rat this game, actually. And somehow still won that. These are the types of games that make decks like this look weird whenever you are making content, right? This is a known deck trying to take advantage of the Izzet spells or whatever. And we've seen the Izzet Prowess decks be a thing. We managed to beat one of these decks with what isn't a good draw. On the back of Rot Collars, when the only rat we drew was the 1 Burglar Rat. That's going to go down as a win, but I don't know how this matchup normally plays out. But I have a feeling that's not it. Yes, we're keeping this. We have just enough land to function. All right. I think in this case, barring them playing something we need to kill with nowhere to run. Finagle Fire, that's fine. Like, if that's their play, we're not worried about that. I think we lead with a Rot Caller. Just put this on Rats. Play Rot Caller. Alright. Maybe we can find another 1-mana rat. That'd be nice. They're like, you don't even have any other rats. Why are you playing that squirrel? Ooh, are we going to Burst Lightning plus sacrifice Firebrand to get rid of the Rot Caller? We are. Well, Torch and Sack. This is a perfect scenario for us. Because a deck with red-white should be a lot of problems. Plus, like, Lightning Helixes and other things. So the fact that this is happening is kind of okay. Yeah, let's play Rot Caller. Pass. I mean, they've already gotten rid of 3 effective removal spells to deal with this. So we're kind of alright with the situation. Oh, what are you even doing? Yeah, I mean, I guess we're removing this guy. Obviously, a land would be good. Oh, there you go. So I see what we're doing. Well, fortunately, or unfortunately, we did draw another nowhere to run. So that helps. You're not blocking. I was going to say. Oh, you can't block anyway. This guy is Menace. Let's go with Marshstalker in the turn. Man, not having land here is really, really rough. It's hindering what we want to do a lot. Yeah, that makes some dudes. So we take 6. We'll get to gain some life next turn if we want it. Yeah, alright. That's fine. I mean, if they get what they want, we're going to lose anyway. Any of their pingers for life or whatever. Oh, we need another land. Oh, you play this choosing rat. That would gain us 2 life. We deal another couple. Man. Alright. This is one that's rough. If we lose, it's just because we got stuck on mana and couldn't really maximize our plays, but things happen. Maybe it's a land? If it's anything other than a land, it's probably bad for us. Oh. If you do this, that's just game, right, opponent? So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But without us even playing another rat. Well, we got bonus rats, so I guess it's fine. Wow, I don't know how we got out of the dodge with this one. We should not have won this game, I don't feel like. We got very lucky. Hey, sure, we'll keep this. This seems reasonable. Duress me. Excellent. See all my creatures. Not even worried about the Liliana going away because we weren't going to cast that for ages. Yep, I have more 5-mana things. You can have those all day. Let's go ahead and get rid of something from the opponent's hand. Ooh, well, we see a strategic betrayal go to the yard. That's concerning. Because now our Marshstalkers aren't going to be as good. Nor would our Alesha, for that matter. See, now I think the opponent's trying to decide if they want to level up Bandit's talent or use mana, leave mana up to kill whatever we play this turn. Which is probably going to be a Rock Caller. Sure. So we're just playing against mono black discard, basically. Good to know, I guess. What do we have in the yard? Just that. Alright, so we'll do this. And just make more bodies. So now you got to deal with Lord Splitter. It's what, 4 to level up? So we have a little bit of time. The good news now, though, is if they just spot remove Lord Skitter, well, we wouldn't be able to get that back yet, actually. Strategic Betrayal doesn't do a lot here. I almost feel like I need to get Alesha down now. But Marstalker's worth more damage. Ugh. Alright, well, either way, we're going to attack. Man, I think I'm going to Marstalker. There's also the value that if they just place a removal spell, I guess if it's a Strategic Betrayal, we're sacking a token, so that wouldn't matter. Alright, you have a Bloodletter, and then that's game, I guess. Oh, wow. I got Song of Totentans, too. And then go to our attack step. We'll make one more rat. And then that'll be exactly enough. Alright, good deal, Marstalker. Oh, okay, sure. Let's try it. No clue how this is going to go. But hoping this hand works itself out. Don't have a Requiting Hex in hand. You know, this might just be a situation deck-wise where we really just want more 1-drops. Just so we could take advantage of, like, the Persistent Marstalker, the Rat King, you know. Well, somebody wants to play a lot of tokens in their black-white deck, it seems. And they missed a land. So now the question becomes, what do we want to do? Because part of me says, actually, you know what? Let's go. I was just thinking if we yeah, let's just Marstalker here. I think that's fine. And then even if we just like Song of Totentans for 3, they chump block the Marstalker. We play Patchwork Banner, I guess, after that. Or I could just play Patchwork Banner into Rat King. So let them block the Marstalker first, play Rat King, then follow up with something? I don't know. We'll see. That might be the safest plan of action. So let's do that. Because there's a good chance they're going to have a sweeper or something as well. This also doesn't allow the Marstalker to die. If they don't chump block. I assume... Here's the thing. If they don't chump block, they have a plan next turn that doesn't involve killing creatures. Okay, sure. Because otherwise, why would you not block there, right? So now the plan changes for us. Also, Valley Rat Caller, not a rat. It's a squirrel, but it gets a bonus for the rats being on the battlefield. I'm just thinking if you were planning on sweeping the board, or you thought that was your out, you would have blocked. The only reason you wouldn't is if you maybe had to draw land for Day of Judgment or something. All right, so they're going to copy so they can draw. Fair enough. No! Authority of the Consoles. That wrecks our Song of Totentan so bad. We had such a good plan this turn. Man, that's so bad. Good for them, bad for us. So now I just have to decide if it's worth wasting the Song of Totentans to give them 3 life, 4 life. To, man. Alright, so I give you 4 to take away 4. Sure. Or at least attempt to. I guess I could have Get Lost or some such here. Alright, well, I mean, do what we can do, I guess. I guess what now determines if they want to block Rotcaller or not. I don't know. Okay, they're bottoming cards. That's good. I mean, if they already have the sweeper, they have it. Okay. Marstalker going to the graveyard is okay, because we know we could get that back. Sure. The other good thing, too, is Authority of the Consoles doesn't wreck the Marstalker because it enters attacking, even though it's tapped. I was going to say, if you have a sweeper, we're going to see it here, right? No one's going to be shocked by that, by any stretch. Sure. You got it. Let's see what else you got. Oh, they're checking our board, seeing what we're all about. I mean, I could see a world where they just want to level up their Caretaker's talent. Nope, they want to do something else. That wouldn't have been the craziest thing. Oh, actually, I'm not mad they used it on those, knowing that we have Alesha behind. Ooh, also, Lord Skitter ain't bad either, though. Get us extra rats to make these even bigger? Nah, I don't think we have to try too hard here. Let's just... And I'm gonna... I'm actually gonna pass and leave mana up. So if they go to level up or something, we can just get rid of their token. Elspeth, sure. Gonna get rid of our Alesha? Yeah, makes sense. Alright. Guess I'm glad I didn't waste the actual stuff on it. Not sure we can get there now, folks, but we'll see. Alright. Let's go to the attack step. Get rid of some things. Just so we can start juicing up other cards. That's nice. Not mad at that. Alright. How much mana am I going to have? 3, 6, 7? 6, 7. They can make 2 bodies here. Could also pump the bodies. If we Liliana and minus, we'd get to draw cards. Well, now it's worth it for us to just Liliana anyway. Or maybe not. Like, is there a world... Yeah, I think knowing Liliana's on top, we can't win, actually. Because the best we could do is play Liliana, then make a 2/2. Liliana would go to 7. But then they could just give their creatures flying and +1, plus another one's 2. So that'd be 8. So we wouldn't be able to take advantage of Liliana anyway. Yeah. I don't think there's a realistic out. The only benefit is that we could encourage the opponent to use Elspeth's ability to leave her shields down effectively by doing this. But that's kind of all we have going right now. But since they blocked with a token, they could get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd still be 7. Yeah, so they're just going to go for the tokens, which makes sense. Yeah, I don't think we're going to win this one. This is not one that favors us for sure. Especially since they drew all removal, too. I mean, they played double get lost, double exercise, and a split up. And Elspeth got rid of something, right? So we had a pretty tough road in this one anyway. All right, cool. What else you got going? I would like to just end this game, opponent. So please either get rid of Liliana or something. All right. Somehow we ended up with still having a Liliana around for some reason. I'm not 100% sure how that happened. Another caretaker's talent. Sounds great. Copy some tokens. Yeah. Okay. We can end this. Fantastic. Okay. This hand seems fine, right? Like, here's the tough part, to be honest. Like, no matter how good this deck ends up working out or not, one of the toughest things you run into when playing decks like this is your early creatures aren't great. Right? Like, while we do get some value from Burglar Rats, it's not really the thing you want to be playing. But it's what we've got, right? So we got to take advantage of it. The good news now, though, is they discard a card. Maybe they play a creature. If so, we attack. They block. Probably get rid of the Burglar Rat. And then we could play Verminister, but that didn't happen. Huh. And you played a forest? Or search for a forest? I guess I'm gonna attack. Alright, they don't have anything, so do you have a counter for a Valley Rock Caller? They don't. Okay, well, that's news. I have no clue what we're worried about here. And you have red mana now. Alright. Still nothing. Wow. I didn't play anything pre-combat because I was like, alright, let's see if they play something and then maybe we could sneak down Verminister if they shoot our Rock Caller, but that didn't happen. Wow. Alright. I don't know what's going on. I just missed damage for no reason, I guess. Okay, there's an ill-time explosion. Fair enough. Well, that being said, had we even just got the extra point in, it wouldn't have made that much of a difference here. So I don't have to feel too bad. Oh, this is probably... They're probably playing the enchantment that deals 3 damage and all that stuff. Play a land, get another dragon, that thing. Alright. Well, we at least have Strategic Betrayal, which can help, I guess. I wouldn't mind drawing land at some point, so we could potentially play Song of Totentans. But here, I think they're just going to play the enchantment. Yeah, that's what we thought was going to happen. This is why we needed more lands. Never have to attack to get a thing out of the yard. Alright. And just pass. Yeah, just stuck here without an extra mana to be able to take advantage of the Song of Totentans. Because this is what eventually happens with this matchup, is their creatures get quite large. Put this on Rat. Oh, it's a 3 to get a dude out of the yard? Yeah, it is. Darn it. I guess I can play Song and see if it resolves. Mostly in hopes of just trying to trade with a dragon. And then we have the option that if nothing happens, nothing crazy, and we're able to draw land, we can at least give all of our dudes +2/+2, or +3/+3, I guess. Oh, that's how we know it's bad. They didn't even care about playing Meringue River Regent and bouncing our tokens. Like, yeah, we're already cooked. Like, and the fact they're having to decide what to discard here, like, not good for us. This has to be the beginning of the end, right? Yeah, all right. We can move on. We're not winning this. Game's over. All right. Ew. I guess we keep this, though, because we can just play Relentless or Restless Vents on 1. And then probably Marshstalker on 2, I would guess. Don't really want to waste Song of Totentans, but I mean, I guess we would. Alessia helps a little bit, because our hand's going to be kind of slow. Being able to return either of these would be nice. Alright, what you got, opponent? Dollmaker Shop. Ooh, are we up against some type of token deck? This could be a problem. Okay, well, we'll just see how this goes. Really would like an untapped land, though. Would make life a lot easier. Okay. So... I feel like the opponent's just going to play some type of sweeper this turn. But we're just going to do the only thing we can do, realistically. Force the sweeper, play Alessia, hope things work out, basically. Alright. Okay, it wasn't a sweeper. So that's some good news, I suppose. Oh, are we leaving up a Lightning Helix? Alright, go to attacks, I think. I mean, this isn't to say they don't have, like, Ultima or something. Which they very well might. But I don't think we can do much about it if they do. I mean, this is just if they have it, we make them play it. And just, I guess, try to get it done with Song of Totentans. I don't really have a better play than that. Just kind of where we are. Exercise. I mean, that was our biggest creature, so that makes sense. That's a peculiar choice. They didn't level up their Caretaker's talent. Alright, let's try Burglar Rat first. Because you're holding on to something. I don't know what something is. Are we just, like, playing around them drawing a sweeper, I guess, at this stage? Alright, in we go. I mean, I guess I'm just going to play the Valley Rotcaller and hope for the best. And otherwise, we're just going to back-to-back Song of Totentans and maybe draw something that pumps rats. I feel like that's kind of where we're just going to end up. Here's hoping. We need them to brick, I guess. Okay, Elspeth is rough, but not world-ending, I suppose. Yeah. You can copy a token. All right. Ugh. That's not going to get us there either. What do we try? I guess we just go for it, right? I don't know. I don't think we can beat this matchup on a regular. Like, we got nothing. Actually, hold on. Do we just send everything at Elspeth just to force blocks? Yeah, maybe. Because we're not going to get through enough at the opponent here. Oh, wait. I forgot we were draining him for 7. Oh, I should have attacked the opponent. I messed up. I forgot about the extra life drain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we would have been able to put them down to 7 and would have had lethal next turn, potentially. That's a bad move. Bad move on my part. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter greatly, but still. All right, we got rid of a lightning helix. But yeah, I definitely should have attacked the opponent. Now, I guess if I were to draw an untapped land, maybe, and get extra with Song of Totans, there'd be some action. Well, that hurts a little bit, but I think we're going to be able to drain them for enough with just Valley Rockcaller. Wow, I don't think we should win this matchup, usually, but I guess this is enough. Wow. We got stuck on mana and everything. All right, just Valley Rockcaller itself is enough. Jeez, crazy. Wow. Wow. This game took so many twists and turns because we were waiting to play around a sweeper, then the sweeper never came, and then we got stuff back, but then they exiled our stuff so we couldn't return things, then they got an Elspeth, and then we just had to play Song of Totans for only like 3. It's like, I don't know how we got there, but, you know, you just take those when you get them. Okay, to wrap up some things here on this deck, I wanted to kind of bring up the other rats. So, because I mean, there's Nezumi line breaker or link breaker, which is fine. You know, when it dies, it makes another thing. It's a quality 1/1, I suppose. I actually considered if we were playing more mana, I think tunnel rats wouldn't be terrible. You know, being able to return something. I don't think we can get away with playing Tangled Colony. While I do like having a 3/2 for 2 and being able to make more bodies if this takes damage, the real downside here is that it can't block, and there's enough other aggressive matchups, especially on the ladder if you're playing best of 1, where not being able to block is a big hindrance. Otherwise, the other cards we can play aren't great. Like, we don't really want any more 3 or 4 drops, and that's kind of what you start getting into here. And then these aren't rats, they're just coming up because you put the term rat in. You get a pie rat, technically. So not really what we're trying to do either. And as it turns out, all of these splinters happen to be rats, but they only really work well with ninjas, and that's not what we're trying to do either. So then I think the real issue for this deck comes down to how often we could take advantage of turn 1. Banner of Kinship, we only had it in 1 or 2 games, I think, and didn't really need it. Even on the turns we played it, if that had been just another patchwork banner, would have been just the same thing. While it is nice, I think a 1-of isn't terrible, but we just didn't hit it enough times for it to matter. Now, coincidentally, one of the times we got it, we had 2 the Squirrel Warlock, right? Which was kind of cool. But, I mean, that feels like a corner case scenario. And truthfully, had we just had a patchwork banner, did the same thing and call squirrels, the result of that game was going to be the same. So what I'm wondering is, can we get rid of Liliana and Banner of Kinship and maybe play 1 more Engine Rat and Requiting Hex, possibly? I'm trying to figure out, like, there's got to be something else we want to play another copy of. Maybe it's another Valley Rockcaller. Maybe that's it. Or we could just, I guess, how many creatures that leaves us with? 22? we'd up the creature count a little bit by playing another engine rat. And what I like about having the other turn 1 creature is that a turn 2 Marstalker is more threatening, right? A Valley Rockcaller automatically becomes more threatening, especially if it's engine rat and Rockcaller, because it's not going to want to block your engine rat. So just making, or even if it's just turn 2 into a Verminister, at least there's something I could maybe attack with, see if they block, you know, maybe get a 1/1, that sort of thing. So I do like that. If we left it like this is exactly 60. You know, we goof around on the channel and play 61. So I think if you wanted to, you could get away with playing another Valley Rockcaller, maybe another Lord Skitter if you're worried about graveyard stuff. But this is probably pretty close to where we want to be. Not 100%, but I could see playing maybe a third Patchwork Banner if we want to do something like that. And I think that could be fine as well, taking you to 61 cards and still leaving you on a pretty low curve with most things being 2 mana that you'd want to play. There were some times where we were a little light on removal as well. So if you want to play another Requiting Hex, maybe throw in one of those ones that you like discard or lose 3 life, destroy a creature or planeswalker, let you get rid of something larger. That could be pretty useful as well. Now, overall, this deck was just barely above 50%, so, I mean, it does make that playable for the Arena ladder if you want to play it, but I think there's just better things you could be doing in Rakdos. We've seen the discard, aggro, whatever decks, but this was a lot of fun, so if you're looking to play Rats, this is at least a starting point that you could give it a look and see how it works out for you. Link could be over on Moxfield, like always, but that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.